Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Gold Squadron podcast stream. We are here at Worlds Round 1. We're going to fix that round here in a second. I'm here with my fellow host, Mikhail. Mikhail, how are you doing today?
Nami, I am doing wonderful this morning. I have a coffee, so I am at least 20% awake. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I think we've got a great matchup this morning. Round 1, again, this is day 1 on Thursday of the World Championship 2019. We're in a great venue here. Fantasy Flight Games has outdone themselves this time. For those who don't know, we are not at the Game Center. We are at the XL Center where the Minnesota Wild play, and it's popping. We're going to have 1,000 people all week between Destiny and X-Wing. They've done a great job. They've ponied up.
This venue is incredible. Coming in, I was a little honest, I love the FFG Center. It feels so homey. But there's no way we could have done an event this large and this awesome at the FFG Center. This is so cool to have it out here.
And we've always talked about, with Worlds being the way it is, every game is growing, right? The more games they add, the more people they have. How are they going to fit everyone? And kudos to them for having a great event. They've got great prize support here. And we've got 2 great players to kick off this day, round 1. We've got Mishary here on the left, Empire and Andrew running Scum. These are lists we've kind of seen before. I mean, what do you think just off the bat?
These are familiar lists, no doubt. These are both meta lists, but Mishary has definitely made a little bit of a tech call in his list. That is a Soontir build you don't see very often. Targeting Computer just came out in recent Wave 5 release. That seems so clutch for an outmaneuver Soontir. You don't feel necessarily locked into your Predator now. And in this match especially, where Soontir out-initiatives everything that Andrew can bring to the table, he really has to pay attention to that Soontir, or Soontir's just going to wreak havoc.
Yeah, absolutely. And Andrew here, we've seen this Ketsu build over and over again. He's probably going to lock to the front here. He's going to look to Tractor. I think what's really interesting here, no rocks on the board, right? With a Ketsu player, Ketsu, Talon, Tarok, you want the Tractor combo. You want kind of that type of alpha, but you don't have any rocks here to bring it on. And I think that's kind of smart. Throughout the day yesterday, we haven't seen the Ketsu combo go off. That's not saying it won't here, but we're seeing a lot of trouble getting that off. So I think he might be hedging a little bit here, right? Bringing debris and things like that.
For sure.
Now, again, if Soontir gets tracted onto something like a debris, that's devastating.
Oh, Soontir's super sad on debris.
Yeah, it's not like, not being able to track on a rock is a bad thing. I think he's got plenty of options here. But just kind of looking at this opening setup, Mishary has his 2 Inquisitors down there, almost in a joust formation with Jendon. And it looks like they're ready to get going here after setup. Soontir's a little bit on the outside. I think that makes sense. Wants to threaten a little bit. Wants to have open options, right? Has a ton of open space just right in front of him to go wherever. Do you think Andrew's going to joust here?
I would imagine that he would. I mean, obviously you see the lane right down here, and if he plays this rule of 11 right, he can get that engagement right and delete a ship right off the board right away. And especially as Soontir wants to make a path probably down in this area, he's protected by these gas clouds. Doesn't necessarily care about gas clouds too much because he's got Maul and passive mods and Fearless. But at the same time, I'd imagine that he's going to opt in for the joust.
Yeah, I think so too. And it'll be interesting here to see if Mishary kind of opts in as well. He has his Inquisitors set up to do so, but as we all know when we've watched these lists play, he can duck out, right? He can stop with Jendon. He doesn't have to be there. Inquisitors one hard to the left, that type of thing. He does not have to take this joust. Now we'll see if, that's advantageous for him, and we'll see where it goes here because he does have concussion missiles. He has fire control system. He has Jendon to do the early setup. You talk about Andrew deleting one of Mishary's ships. I think Mishary could do the same, right?
No doubt.
And trading something like Talonbane at 53 for an Inquisitor 43, I think that looks really good, right? I think Mishary takes that math every time. And it looks like a little bit of an aggressive start here with the 2 straight. I think normally we see a more slow roll from Empire list, but I think he's opting in a little bit as well. Let's see.
It'll be interesting to see how quickly Andrew comes out here, because if he shoots out to a 4 straight, I think that's definitely going to give an edge to Mishary. He's going to come in with range 3 shots with full mods coming from those concussion missiles and the Inquisitors.
Yeah, I think Mishary is maybe looking at the Lambda, maybe if he could block. Oh, and then we are getting the 1 hard to the left here from the Inquisitors. Maybe he's thinking Jendon kind of as bait, right? Just kind of saying, okay,
looks like it, yeah.
We'll throw Jendon out there. We'll see if you kind of engage and take that bait. Maybe he can slam into Ketsu. Won't get the full Tractor, right? I think it's 2 Tractor tokens at max.
Right.
And so on the large base, won't get the pull off. And so a little bit more on the safety spot there. Exchange range 1 shots. We'll see if that's what he's thinking. He has Soontir to close, though, right? So if, for example, Talonbane really jumps in there and goes after Jendon, he can close with Soontir. I think Mishary feels pretty good about that. Again, outmaneuver targeting computer. Outmaneuver is not something we see a lot. But when you're rolling 1 less dice, it feels really bad.
Feels super bad.
Yeah.
AlexMC85, thank you so much for the subscription. Now, interesting, did Mishary, okay, he is using Jendon's ability there.
He is? Yes, he is.
It looks like he's putting that lock onto Talonbane Cobra. Seems like the lowest hanging fruit, easiest ship to remove from the board.
Yeah. Oh, and this is really interesting too. He's going to one hard hand. It's almost like a kind of like a moving fortress, right? Like where you're just kind of staying in place. You want to stay behind the protection of Jendon. I think that's really cool.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we'll use Jendon as the big lead blocker.
And so kind of a little bit of a slower approach here from Andrew. Tarok moving in. I think we might see a very, explosive opening rounds
I think
here.
so. Anticipating that 3. No, big 4 forward coming from Talonbane.
Maybe staggering it a little bit. Maybe he's taking, And Talonbane does have some options here. He can go to the right a little bit, depending what Soontir does.
Sure.
I think that informs a lot of Andrew's decision-making after this round.
Just
we'll
dropping
see
the
if
focus.
Ketsu drops the full 5 here. Let's see. This is interesting. I love when we get early
Ketsu's slow rolling. Now, that is interesting.
Yeah, so Ketsu a little bit behind Talonbane. I think that's okay. It is a big base, so
sure,
making up some space there. And it's not like Ketsu can't go straight, right? So I think on the Lambda can't get the full, might be able to get the full block here, actually, right?
Yep,
absolutely. If I'm doing this right, I think we're just outside of range. And Soontir going fast, yeah.
Now, normally Ketsu would be perfectly fine just jumping a forward ahead of the other two just because, she doesn't care about blocking something. Yeah. She gets her ability, pulls off, tractors it, and something lights it up. But against that Lambda, that's a big no-no right now.
Right.
If you're bumping it, you're denying yourself an action and you're not getting shots on it. And there's no tractor beam.
I love this targeting computer on
oh, it's
on
so good. I love that outmaneuver targeting computer combo.
I love when someone's willing to try, right?
No doubt.
Let's see. And so the Lambda can go 3 straight. That's going to be interesting.
Interesting that targeting computer works with Jendon's ability. So Soontir's going to come in with full mods right away on Talonbane Cobra.
Now, did I see a tractor there from Ketsu onto Talon?
I believe so. And
I think that might have been part of Andrew's plan to go a little bit lower, so you make sure he gets the double tractor onto Talon. And he's going to be able to
We do have a
range
3 first round engagement.
So it looks like Andrew 3 on range 3 here, 3 on 2. Mishary does have the reinforced.
Nami, it's early in the day.
It's
early
in the day.
To do?
We're looking for that dice cam, aren't we?
We forgot the dice cam, and we forgot to get some predictions.
Yeah.
Because we got an engagement in the very first round.
And give us 1 second. We're going to get that dice cam up, and we're going to do a damage recap here.
All right, give us just a moment. We're going to get a damage recap and get those stats updated for you guys. Interesting first engagement there. Now, we'll see what comes out of this. Jendon has a few options here. He could go anything from a 3 forward looking for the block. If he does that and Andrew chooses to slow roll again, that Jendon is going to get lit up. You also have the option of just stopping, anticipating another slow roll, and then you get another turn of engagement plus another turn of blocking after that. So this is going to be a really clutch turn. I'm also interested to see what Soontir is going to do. He's got a few different options here. He can either do a 2 straight, wait a second, read and react of what happens, boost, barrel roll, and those things, or he could bank down, have the option to barrel roll on either side of that gas cloud. I'd anticipate that's probably what Mishary is going to do. That seems like the option that gives Soontir the best way to read and react to the board. How are you guys doing in the chat this morning? Everybody awake?
In that exchange. So no damage on the exchange.
No damage done in that exchange. That I would say that probably works out in Andrew's favor there. He's a little bit set up in his position that he wants now.
It's probably it's software. It's not going to be hardware. Sorry, just keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, is it frozen too? We just didn't get it. Your picture, your main picture's frozen too.
I don't know about you guys. I am sitting here with my coffee. I couldn't be a happier camper in the world, sitting right here at the Excel Center in downtown St. Paul, Minnesota, round 1 of day 1A of the X-Wing World Championship. And if you're just joining us, this is the Gold Squadron podcast. We have an amazing, amazing setup going on this weekend. Dion's calling it the X Zone. This is, I would say, borderline revolutionary for X-Wing broadcasting, you guys are going to get an awesome treat this weekend. This is going to be such a cool experience. And it looks like we are ready on Andrew's side. Dials are all set. Here we go. Jindon moving first, and he is coming out with that big 3 straight, anticipating the opportunity to get a block in. I would imagine a reinforce is coming here, and that is what comes out. Let's see how the Inquisitors choose to get the engagement. They already have those target locks set up on Talonbane Cobra here. Imagine they're going to leave themselves in a position to focus fire on him and remove him from the board quickly. Mishary coming out with a 2-turn from the bottom Inquisitor. And I would say there is no chance that Talonbane is going to be able to escape these arcs.
I think it's really interesting here. Mishary's kind of got the 1 harding in, then 2 harding out. It's almost kind of like a delayed joust, right? It's an interesting take on rule of 11 because normally you see just going straight. Obviously, the Inquisitors can't necessarily slow roll. So I think Mishary's got a kind of good tactic here. He wants to take things a little slower. He wants to be on the back here. Obviously, Jindon gives him those target lock. He feels good about his concussion missiles, and he's got the force. I think this is pretty cool for Mishary.
No doubt. I see a dead Talonbane.
You see dead Talonbane?
I see a dead Talonbane coming
I think so,
here.
too,
Yep.
but it's going to depend on what he does here.
5 forward from Old Tarok.
Now I wonder if he kind of takes the boost in.
I don't think he can get to range 1. I think he's going to be just outside of range 1 right there. Now, granted, he's probably not going to be the target, so he's fine. But if you do boost in, you're probably taking a booty shot from Jindon.
Yeah, that's probably not good, right?
I would say that's not good. Now,
Yeah.
he will have the Concord face-off ability, so he's probably fine, question mark.
Now, I don't think there's a ton of value here in boosting in because you're not going to be able to strip a ton of green tokens unless you really want to PS kill that Inquisitor. I think it's a little bit unlikely. The Inquisitor's carrying the force, right? So the modifications here are target lock force. And
He
so
is
there's
going to go for the
yeah,
boost.
he is going, okay.
Now, let's see if he links this. It's going to affect his maneuver next turn if he leaves himself stressed. I would imagine he would, though. Yep, going to go ahead and link it, forget the focus, take a stress.
And then let's see
Here comes
Talonbane
Talonbane,
here.
4 forward, chugga.
Here we go. I think we've still got 2 arcs there. I think your prediction might come true here. And it's going to depend what Talonbane wants to do here.
I think Andrew is just saying, you know what, let's let the dice happen and see if we can remove one of the Inquisitors from the board.
He'll take it because he has potentially 2 range 1 shots at one of the Inquisitors, right?
Ketsu also going fast, coming out with the big 5 forward. That is just going to whack right into the front of Jindon.
I think that's probably from the Mishary's plan, right?
I would
he's
say,
okay with that.
Yep,
yeah.
he's perfectly fine with
His
that.
Inquisitors are protected here, but Jindon here is out here blocking. Again, not a huge threat, right? You're not going to get the tractor pull off. Jindon's probably not going to be the target for anyone either, so I think he feels pretty good about that.
Oh, Lord, he coming.
And Soontir's coming, yeah, and Talonbane's right there, right?
Yep, that is a dirty outmaneuver, target lock, focus shot right into Talonbane.
We talked about maybe Talonbane, being able to PS kill along with Old Tarok here on one of the Inquisitors. Soontir might be able to put a ton of damage down there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe strip the token, maybe make it even harder, right? So probably wondering here if he should barrel roll to make sure he has the bullseye for his focus, or he just takes the focus.
Just leaving the focus.
Maybe doesn't want to get into range of Ketsu.
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
Leaves his dial open, all the options in the world for next turn.
So now we're going to check to see Old Tarok. Looks like from our angle.
Just out.
Range 2
no
on
Tarok.
that.
Oh,
now
no,
we'll have range 1
on the bottom.
on the bottom, but I don't think that's his target, right?
Nope.
And so let's see. Mishary will have first shots here. I think that's the start of it. I think he's looking at all his activation triggers, right? Sorry, not activations, or start of combat triggers.
Mm-hmm. Now, he can still assign the tractor. It's not going to do anything. He could possibly have range to assign it to Talonbane Cobra. I'm not sure why he would do that unless he really wants to boost it forward.
He could
and maybe get out of – nope. Just going to leave it right there.
Yeah. No bullseye
No Soontir
here.
ability. He's
Right.
perfectly fine with that, though.
And it looks like they're going to check
That
range.
is a range 1. 4 against 1 shot. Oof.
Target lock focus.
Target lock focus.
And if the angle's correct, not an arc of Ketsu, so no threat here. Can spend all the mods.
Soontir is perfectly fine.
2 hits and 2 blanks. Target locks the 2 blanks.
And there's the 4.
And there's the 4 on the focus.
Now this is outmaneuver, so this should be 1 dice, right?
I believe so, right? And so he's going to take 4 here on Talonbane.
Yeah, so he rolled 1
3,
extra green
4.
dice there, but he blanked out.
Yeah.
So everything's fine?
Yeah, I think they forgot their outmaneuver trigger here. That's okay. And then we'll make sure to check on the judge with that. Was there a crit in there?
Console fire.
Oh, that's not good. And so it's going to start with Ketsu. I think, is console fire active for this turn?
Console fire will be active on Talonbane Cobra. I don't see him getting out of this one. I don't think there's any chance that Talonbane Cobra survives. Range 3 coming from Ketsu onto the top Inquisitor.
He's making sure he wants to go into that Inquisitor. He spends them all for 2 here. Inquisitor, I think, has 3 at range 2.
I think it was a range 3 shot. So it'd be 4 dice with evade and focus. Probably no damage here.
Yeah, you're right.
He's perfectly fine.
Yeah, doesn't need to spend him. He's okay there. Talonbane looking at range 1 here.
Well, this is a big attack for Talonbane.
5 dice into it.
That
Fearless
is
for all 5. He
good
could
as you can
wipe
ask for.
the Inquisitor here.
Ooh.
Oh. And so
that's a dead
he
Inquisitor.
spends the evade and the Inquisitor goes.
Now that is something you don't see very often. Let's get some Fs in the chat for that Inquisitor.
Oh, man.
Ouch, kabibble.
Oof. Not really quite Mishary, what Mishary was looking for here. Mishary still has the 4, so maybe he was looking for an additional paint here. Maybe he gets 2 there. I think he gets out of that one.
Now here's what's interesting. That token stripping that we didn't think was going to be relevant, all of a sudden Old Tarok has a shot on that Inquisitor that's now tokenless.
Absolutely, right? Now, if an Inquisitor gets the shoot, I think he feels pretty good about it.
Sure,
right?
sure. Direct hit. That is a super dead Inquisitor. Talonbane doing Talonbane things. There's the check for console fire on Talonbane. He's okay.
Yeah. And so did he roll for console fire?
He did
Yeah,
check for console fire. We were
good.
perfectly
Okay,
fine there.
yeah.
I think we're on to Old Tarok's engagement. And he's definitely got a shot. Range 1.
Range 1, that sounds good. Fearless is in play here. Focus and Fearless 5 into 4. Or sorry, 4?
Might as well spend it right. You've got the Concord ability. I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah. So again, if Mishary blanks out here. No, I think this is a lot better for him. Yep. So takes 2 shields.
2 shields.
Is half points on the Inquisitor.
This is a bloody first couple turns.
Absolutely. Yeah. So initiative 3 now goes with the concussion missile.
Talonbane down to 2. You could take him off the board here. Mishary really needs to take him off the board here.
Wait, I think he's going to spend the force just to be sure. Has the hit in there. Oh, and
that is a dead Talonbane.
3 there, and so really tough exchange first round. Andrew coming out ahead because he offs an entire Inquisitor, right?
Oh, totally.
Offs an entire Inquisitor, gets the second one to have. So we kind of talked about earlier, trading 1 Inquisitor for Talonbane, and then it looks like Jendon's got a shot here to make sure. Okay.
Ooh, you know what? He just forgot the... Oh, it's front arc only, is it?
I believe
front arc
so,
only.
yeah.
So, yeah, he will not have the auto-convert there.
And it takes 1 for Old Tarok. Man, we have an explosive first round.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, so 65 to 53. Again, yeah, we talked about trading 1 Inquisitor for Talonbane. It's great. Great for Mishary, right? But he traded 1.5. Right, so he's kind of trading down there in that case. I don't think he was expecting to get 1 shot, right, by Talonbane, but that's kind of, you know,
variance
it's always
happens,
in
man.
play. Yeah, it's always in play. He kept the force. He had the evade token. Didn't work out for him there.
Now, what's interesting here is all of a sudden Soontir needs to be a little bit more cautious than he probably would have been otherwise. Some of your fodder and some of your things to absorb shots are all of a sudden out of the way. So I don't think he can be as aggressive here as he typically would want to be.
And I think Old Tarek has some good angles, right? So I think Old Tarek's in a good position. He can 1 hard, he can 2 hard. He can just kind of sit there and see what Soontir is going to do, right?
No doubt.
So if we kind of look at this space, this ends up being really good for Andrew, right? And he still has Ketsu there, too. There's nothing really wrong with Ketsu almost not moving here if she doesn't want to, right?
Exactly. She can do that. She's still got the passive mod from Maul. Also in the maneuver like right now, that big 5K. That's going to put her right back here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give her an option to bank and get right back into the battle.
Yeah. We'll see here. I think this is. I love games that are this aggressive, right?
Oh, no kidding,
So
yeah.
There's a beauty to X-Wing when you're playing kind of dodging and, there's a lot of approaches, but I sometimes just love a good old fight, right?
Oh, no doubt.
And we definitely had a good old fight in the first round here.
And what's interesting is both players took a very calculated approach to it. And Andrew got the engagement that I think he probably wanted there looking at it. 2 range 1 shots. And said, you know what? We'll let dice show up, and if they can delete an Inquisitor right away, I'm up in this match.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's worked out. So all of a sudden, Mishary's on the back foot just a little bit here.
Well, I think you're right. I think he definitely got the result at least.
The result at least, exactly.
But I think we saw 2 different styles here. Mishary taking a slower joust approach, trying to get some blocking, and Andrew saying, hey, I think I've got the firepower. I've got Fearless. I didn't bring Fearless to not Fearless.
No
right?
kidding.
I didn't bring a jousting list to not joust, right? And I'm going to take you head on, and he comes out ahead so far. Now, again, Soontir's on the flank, right? Always a problem there. Tarok's in a good position, but again, Soontir moves last, so he doesn't necessarily need to be there.
Absolutely.
Right? I think Andrew's got some good options here, but so does Mishary. It'll be interesting to see what he does with Jendon and the Inquisitor, right? Jendon can surely stop here if he wants to. I don't know if that's in his best. I mean, he has the back arc pointed right there. Maybe he wants to space that area for Tarok, make sure Tarok doesn't get a free shot onto Soontir, or an easy shot at least, without getting some punishment. If he's trading, maybe he's looking to trade up again, like that type of thing.
I anticipate just a 1 forward from Jendon.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty classic, right?
Yeah.
No stress, kind of stays there. Looks like dials are down for Andrew, waiting for Mishary, yeah. And Jendon just is going to bump there. I think you were right. Good call on the 1 straight. And then Inquisitor here. Yeah, I think I like that.
I heard blue 1 turns are good.
Absolutely. I think any blue 1 turns are generally pretty good. If you're looking at a dial for the first time and you see that much blue and that much white,
like, huh.
I should probably
That
play
seems
this.
okay. So sitting there, oh goodness, that 5K from
Ketsu
is looking super tasty right now. There's the 2 turn to the right from Old Tarok, clearing that stress, but looks like he's going to leapfrog over and be right in the arc of that Inquisitor. Now, he could do something about that.
The
I imagine he would.
Of Jen, I think he is going to move, yeah. So, yep, he's going to boost out here. He doesn't want to be part of any of those arcs. I'd imagine
I don't
not.
blame him.
Yeah. I think this is paving the way for your 5K.
I
really
so.
like that 5K here now. Has Maul, has Fearless, has Ketsu, right? Like,
that would be a 4 against 2. And that's an Inquisitor. It's already at half health.
yeah. So, Andrew looking here, weighing his options here. Kind of talking through his options with his opponent. Yeah. Wondering what his second action is going to be. Kind of asking about the dials here, right?
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to take the focus just to be safe, make sure he doesn't get shot. And is that a 5K I see? Bring it.
That
yeah,
is the 5K. Oh, does it get around?
No.
That might be bumped. We should probably mark Jendon here. This is.
They're probably, they're going to mark Jendon for sure.
Yeah. Let's do this all official-like. There we go.
When it comes to this, I love having judges just because I want a third set
Right.
of hands.
Yeah,
I
no
just,
doubt.
sometimes you just need more people, right?
All right, let's play X-Wing Twister here.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
I mean, I
yeah.
think that bumps.
And
gosh.
I don't think he fit. I think they determined he did fit in there. That's what the mark. That was what the 2 straight was for.
Yep.
Earlier, and he's going to come right up to the Inquisitor. But you know what?
I think he's perfectly fine with that.
Now he does still take the stress. He doesn't flip around, but he does get the tractor, right? And he's going to tractor the. I assume he's going to tractor the Inquisitor off, right?
Does he? It's everybody clinch.
He's
Suck in your
He
gut.
wants it. He doesn't want it to fit. It looks like it might clip. Yeah, it does, and so he's not going to get there. Yeah. Oh, and that Gen didn't play now. That staying still there. He gets. I'm sure it was calculated by Mishary, right?
Just saved that Inquisitor's life.
Yeah. Now he will still have a shot. We'll see, and it's the 1 hard from
Soontir
Soontir.
breaking out. Yep. Seems good.
Yeah. And we'll see if he wants to stay in Ketsu's arc here. He can always barrel roll to the right, maybe get out of it. So let's see what he does here with his action. He's got the template out. I love when you get the template out, you pull it back, right? When I'm at the table, pull it back. All right, hold on. Let's have some thinking here, right? Like, let's see, do we want to barrel roll? Do we want to boost? That type of thing. But you've got the template in hand. You know what you want to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. You play golf at all?
Yeah, I do.
You run the breakfast ball?
No, I don't.
Like when you come out fresh in the morning, you haven't played anything yet, and you bring driver to the first tee. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know anymore. I'm doubting myself. And then you go shank it somewhere, and you get the breakfast ball, and you try it over again.
Yeah.
So that's what it is right there. You pick up the template, you go, I don't know.
I'm not so
it's
sure
early.
about
I don't
that.
see, my eyes aren't working yet.
Yep. So he takes the boost and the focus and the boost there.
Yep.
I think that's okay. He is still an arc, but he's saying, hey, man, if you want to take the range 3 shot against Soontir, I'm going to take focus. It'll be fine.
No doubt.
Yeah. And so range 2 here, Ketsu into the Inquisitor. 3 versus 3, force onto Ketsu. And so 2 hits, 2 evades, no problem there. Inquisitor looking for Tarok, doesn't
Looks
have
like
it.
he's
yeah.
out. That is a round.
And so after a really explosive first round, kind of a muted second round, right?
No doubt.
Repositioning now, as we often see with Joust, right?
Now, Ketsu's going to be pretty limited here. Her dial is gorgeous for a large base ship. All of those 3s are blue. However, I'm not sure I like any of those options right here.
I think he really wanted to land that 5K.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Oh,
so
yeah. Or to
close
fit in the
doing
middle
it.
there. That was
Just to
literally
fit-
best
yeah.
case scenario for Mishary.
Because now it's a round, right?
Mhm.
You can come around and chase Soontir. Looking at this positioning, if Ketsu had been behind or by the Inquisitor, you can kind of chase Soontir with that blue 3 hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
That would be the dream scenario. But now Ketsu's a little bit more limited. Now you're looking at maybe a 4 straight. You know it's not going to fit, right? You know that the Inquisitor's probably not going to be there. And so maybe that does fit. But I think if you're Mishary, Jendon feels pretty good here, right?
Yeah, I think Jendon's perfectly fine to just chill for one more round. The interesting thing here is what's going to happen with old Tarok. He's in a little bit of an interesting spot right now with the Inquisitor on his tail. He's going to be able to engage that concussion missile. I can see the Inquisitor pulling right up in this area, locking old Tarok, and say, there's not really a lot of spaces you can go here where I'm not going to be able to shoot a concussion.
Yeah, and the other thing is the Inquisitor can take a shot. So if we're looking at kind of depends on, so Andrew knows she can't 5K, right? If the Inquisitor kind of comes around here, it's potentially safe from anything coming through here, right? Because those double arcs when we pointed forward, if Andrew wants a shot, has to rotate the arc. I think that's really tough for Ketsu players, right?
Yep.
They don't want to rotate the arc. I think it's tough too. I've talked a lot about how knowing when to rotate is really good and really important, but right now, I don't think Andrew's looking for it, right? Wants to chase the Soontir around if possible. At least that's what I'm seeing as like an easy target. Quote-unquote easy target. Could probably take the 3-bank here. Maybe gets behind the gas cloud. Not sure if that clips or not. But we'll see. Again, the 5K not fitting there.
Sure.
You're almost better off just going the 4 straight, right? Taking the bump if you knew you were going to be there. But I'm pretty sure Andrew thought that was going to clear. Now with Talonbane, can't turn around either, right? Kind of has to do some blue maneuvers just to clear the stress a little bit. And if Tarok. And if Tarok's being chased, probably inclined to focus again and take some stress, right? So as long as Tarok can keep getting stressed, I think Mishary likes that, can chase a little bit. It's I3 versus I5, so you never want that in a 1v1. But if you're on the offensive and you're forcing Andrew to always link to focus, I think that counts as well, right?
No doubt. Now, I mean, what do you see out of Soontir here? He's in an interesting position where he could go offensive, turn into the middle of the board, and begin the chase on old Tarok, but that leaves him potentially exposed to Ketsu?
It's potential, yeah. I think we're going to see the 2-turn from Mishary. and then depending on what happens with what he sees happening with Tarok and Ketsu, can boost and barrel roll just to either get out or get more offensive, right? Because he
Absolutely.
could come back around and chase down this corner and say, okay, I would like to take out Tarok down. Again, Mishary's behind. Mishary, the onus is on Mishary, right, to pressure. So the one hard here with the Inquisitor, probably wondering if you want to barrel roll.
Thinking of barrel rolling
Yeah.
and just blocking up Ketsu, but that seems dangerous.
Yeah.
You're just taking the evade.
Yep.
Your pairings will and round will start at 10:45. Please be present.
So is that a straight maneuver?
That is a
It's
two bank, getting
yeah.
around the gas cloud, giving himself a little bit of cover. Oh,
Yeah.
does he clip that gas cloud? I think he did.
Oh,
he
hit it,
does.
yeah. So no action there. I think if you locked in the too hard here with Sunter,
Then
that's an easy boost type of barrel or looking at either outmaneuver targeting computer, that type of thing.
Seems
Yeah.
good. There's the three bank. He called that from Ketsu.
Yep.
So
And he gets the block
just
again.
stay right there.
Clears the stress though. Will have maul. Can tractor after the shot, but only if it hits, right? And I think
There you
yeah,
go. There's your two turn from Suntir, and this looks juicy.
If he boosts, I think he might have an arc. Might have to barrel roll, right?
Gosh, you want to lock so badly, but I
Yeah.
think you're right. Just to play it safe, you have to leave
Well,
the option to barrel roll,
You
right?
gotta have the arc, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah. I think that's what Mishary's thinking. Mishary's like, this is a pretty good opportunity. Has the gas? Well, and if he boosts around, maybe doesn't have the gas cloud. So he's gonna take the
There's
lock.
the
I think he's
lock
gonna take
and
a
the
save.
boost.
He's gonna worry about it next turn.
He says,
right?
I trust my eyes. Get out of here. Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to have arc. And that's going to get around that gas cloud, too. That is a disgusting shot coming in.
Oh my god! Now it is range
Range
3.
three, so it'll be 3
you
on
know,
3.
Yeah.
So no Ketsu ability. No tractor being passed to the Inquisitor.
Okay, we'll see if he remembers outmaneuver.
As closest to closest through that cloud, it looks like it might
Yeah.
be.
And they do remember outmaneuver this time. So 3 dice, right?
3 versus 4 with the obstruction. He will get
Is he
the
getting-
auto
is he
convert on
getting
a
the
blank. He
obstruction?
does
Yeah,
get
he
the
does, okay.
obstruction. Yep. Now, do you spend it or
I
just
don't
set up
think
a big
so.
shot? I don't think
no,
so either.
with the 4 dice and the auto convert, I'm inclined to not here. I'm ready to take it next turn. I think I have a better opportunity next turn.
He's spinning
gonna
it.
spend it. I think that's why Mishary's a better player than I am. First of all.
Hit, crit coming in.
Oh, just the clouds.
Double crits going through an old Tarok.
Oh no.
One direct hit, and he is gone. First is panicked, and a damaged engine.
Oh, that's so hard. And so damage engine's kind of is really hard here.
Combined with panicked pilot.
Not that one. Yeah.
I think old Tarok is not long for this world.
No, I don't think so either. Damage engine. So those, the clan not being able to clear the stress on those turns anymore. That's so tough. Now taking the shot on the Inquisitor.
Inquisitor's perfectly fine.
No problem there. I wonder if Jindin has arc.
Arc check. Looks like he's going to be just out.
Yep. And the Inquisitor, I believe, no target lock, right?
No target locks. Just 2 dice coming in.
Yeah.
He's just going to go at Ketsu.
Yeah,
Seems
I
better.
think that's smart. And if he had the concussion missile, maybe. But
Spin the force for 2.
we'll get it back, no problem. Oh,
Gets 2 damage.
God.
Boy, this game has really swung.
Yeah, that half points on Tarek gives Mishary the lead now, right? So we just talked about Mishary. It's on Mishary to take the offensive. Does here, gets it back. Now it's on Andrew, right?
Nice put Andrew
Yeah.
on the real back burner, especially with one of his sort of in-game pieces really limping now.
Yeah, and damage engine and panic pilot. That's so tough.
I can't envision a world where Sunter does not kill old Tarok this turn.
Yeah. And I'm going to go check to make sure it is panic pilot. I think I might hit the wrong one.
It is panic pilot. Yep, the double stress on there.
Yep. So is panic pilot, so double stress there. Can't rely on those blues turns anymore because damage engine increases the difficulty. Yeah. So options are the banks here in 2 and 3 straight for Tarok. Oh, none of those are good. Sunter can prey on any one of those, especially moving last with reposition. The Inquisitor can prey on that. Jendin can move out here, right? Jendin can bank over and say, hey, I'm okay with, I'll take this, right? I think Andrew's looking for the 5K now, but I don't think his target's going to be there, right? I don't think the Inquisitor's going to be there for that. Andrew's surveying his options. I think Mishary's checking as well. Notices the damage engine. Let's see. He's going over his head of, I think where can he be? Not that many places now, right?
What can buy me one more turn?
Yeah.
I think as we're looking at here.
No action on Tarok either. I think, do you turn in with Tarok?
I think you might and just say, dice save me.
Exactly.
That way maybe I can get a shot on Soontir.
Yeah, maybe you'll strip those tokens of Soontir. Oh, it just feels so bad, right? I think maybe the best play in Andrew's, the most defensive play is the 3 straight, right? But there's no way Soontir doesn't feast on that, right?
No,
2 bank right on Soontir, dial it in, you can boost, no problem, boost barrel roll, target lock, right?
Man, I think you might even just do a 2 straight with Soontir.
Yeah.
Because if he turns in here, that 2 straight barrel roll gets him right out of arc.
Yeah, I mean.
2 straight in case he does decide maybe do a 5 straight and keep his stress, then you can barrel roll it this way.
Now, again, Mishary doesn't have to do any of these.
Sure.
But I think Mishary is just trying to look up to clean up the game now, right?
Yeah, this is just mop-up time.
Yeah. I don't like the options with Ketsu, right?
Jinden does appear to be coming out.
Coming in. I think Mishary faces it. Is that too hard?
Too hard.
Yeah. Has the gas clouds. I think that's okay.
That's fine, which means the Inquisitor is most likely going up board as well.
Yep. Bumps on the gas cloud. No action either way, right?
Jinden doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's done his job.
Jinden's there. Jinden blocking Ketsu 2 turns in a row is great, right? Mishary feels really good about that one. Inquisitor.
That one hard.
Yep. Covering the angles, right?
It'll be interesting here to see if he maybe just sets up a lock on Ketsu. Says, Soontir, I believe in you. I think you can finish Tarok on your own.
Oh, I'm such a defensive player.
I know, right?
I always take the full mounts. I just want the Tarok on, right? We've seen too many times where we feel like we have the advantage, and a little bit of that variance doesn't go our way.
And then we let the game swing right back the other way.
We let the game swing right back. Again, his Inquisitor has 2 hull left, right? These things can pop. Soontir, 1 shot away, right? If you can't put away Tarok and Tarok's getting a shot into Soontir, he's a couple blanks away, which is not unreasonable to expect, right?
See, Nami, that's something I would do, and that's why I'm not Mishary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time we've said, I don't know if we do that, it ended up working out for Mishary, and that's why he's the better player, right? Barrel roll to the left here is interesting. Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Focus. Well, if he gets
Ketsu
the 5
turns up board and gets a bump into the Inquisitor, all of a sudden that
and it's exactly what's going to. Oh, he might clear it,
wait,
actually.
do you think he clears?
Calculated.
Mishary touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
Well, Andrew's looking at this. He's not he's not that upset either, because if Soontir gets into range 1, it's trouble for him and makes him reposition out.
Sure.
Yeah. I think that's a great call from Mishary to barrel roll left there.
And he's broadsiding in Ketsu.
Yeah. He's got 1 force for mods, and he's probably contemplating what he wants to do. Does he want to focus, target lock? If I'm the Ketsu player, I don't necessarily believe Soontir is going to be in my arc, right?
No.
Yeah. Now, Soontir could just 2-turn left, right? And just not be around. Now, I don't think that's what Mishary would do.
I don't think that's what Mishary would do.
But he can.
He could,
right?
yeah. It's definitely an option.
Yeah. Again, he doesn't have to get any more points. 35 minutes left in the round, so getting towards the later stages of the game. Target
Take
lock,
that lock on Soontir, saying, I don't believe you.
Andrew commenting that if he gets Soontir, that's the game, and I think he's right. And we are getting the turn in. It is white, so no stress removes here. I think Andrew had the same line of thought that I did. I can't be anywhere, so. And is that the 2 bank?
There's the 2 bank.
There it is.
I'd imagine Soontir is going to choose life.
Well, he shoots first, right?
He does.
So target lock. Oh. You're leaving yourself a little open here. But I don't think there's great boosting options. Well, there are, right?
If he gets forward, I think he gets out of both arcs.
Yeah. Yeah. So, again, Tarok removes all the green tokens. So focus evades, yes. But, again, he's got the targeting pewter. He could just target lock, right?
Sure.
But, again, not taking a range 2 shot with target lock from Ketsu. Yeah.
You just, man, you leave so much up to chance there, because if your Soontir blanks out and dies to Ketsu, then the game swings yet again. I think you have to play defensively.
And the thing is, Mishary's up. Oh, and I think he senses the same thing. Yeah.
So
It's so important to know when you're ahead, when you're behind, right?
does he
I think he gets out of Ketsu's arc.
just out of arc and just around that gas cloud, too?
Yeah. And I think he says that, too. He doesn't take any further action, doesn't stress himself. That's great. He can turn back around easily, right?
Now, that's really a heads-up play by Andrew because he might have just bought another turn for Ulterok.
Right. Again, Ketsu's 3 away from half points. That's a lot of half points. The Inquisitor, spend the Force. Yeah, he'll get it right back for 2. Ketsu's just got the Force, and he doesn't need it.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Jendon range 2. I think he might have the gas cloud here. Hit crit. No mods for Andrew. Doesn't have the gas cloud.
That is a dead
and he takes
Turok.
the crit. Yeah. Oh, and that's going to be really difficult now for Andrew to come back from, right?
Oh, yeah. Mishary calling Jendon MVP. I think I'm with you, man. Jendon has been so clutch in this game.
So now Soontir can bug out. If I'm Soontir, I can bug out. Jendon, he can 2-bank to the left to try to block anything Ketsu does. Not even block, just pursue, right?
Sure. Just get that big gun on target. You
And
get
the
yourself 3
Inquisitor,
dice.
I mean, you can 1-hard here. You can bank a little bit. You kind of, you know, the world's your oyster, right? The only thing I
Absolutely.
don't want to be is in front of Ketsu, right? Because if Ketsu slams into me, that's going to hurt, right?
Mhm.
That's probably a dead Inquisitor. And I think the rest of that, it's going to be 21 points. I think just about 21 points. It's not enough, right? But I don't think Mishary wants to lose any more points here. I think he's in a safe cruising position.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what Andrew does if he does a 5K, tries to turn around and come back, or if he tries to do the 3 hard over.
Yeah, what do you even do with Ketsu here? Because you are in such a back burner. You have to put through offense. You have to get shots, but nothing seems great.
And I'm always a proponent of moving the mobile arc, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've always said that you have to know when it's time to move the mobile arc. Yes, the mobile arc is a worse gun. I agree with you, objectively, right? But at the end of the day, do you see any good Ketsu targets here for the tractoring?
No, and you know Mishary's not going to give any good Ketsu
Yeah, I mean,
targets for
Mishary's
that.
played so well today. It's hard for me to believe if I were in Andrew's shoes that, you know, I was going to do that. Again, it's a very unpopular opinion, but I think you move the mobile arc. I think he tries to get some damage done, right?
Sure.
Those 2 dice, I mean, look, we've seen a lot of blank outs already, right? Mishary's probably going to be defensive. That's okay. Maybe you can sneak a crit in there, something like that. But if you just get shots and if you kill this Inquisitor, that gets you up to 80-some points, right? Then you can maybe, Soontir's only 2 damage from health, right? So if you do 4 total damage, I think you're okay.
Comes the 1-bank from Jendon, just swinging that arc a little bit. He's going to gobble up that gas cloud. He super doesn't care.
Yeah, I think he's okay with this. Jendon's had a good day, right? Very relaxing day in the office.
Yeah, Jendon's just put it on cruise control at this point.
He's on ramming duty.
Kicking his feet up.
Autopilot. Look, let's just stay still for a little bit. No stress, right? Yeah. And as they try to determine this, 30 minutes left in the round. Again, the win conditions getting smaller and smaller, right? Harder and harder.
Nami, I got to say, these tokens, they're beautiful.
They are.
Where in the world could I possibly get a token set that beautiful?
Well, you can actually get them curledpawcreatives.com. They're our title sponsor this entire event. When you can use the promo code WORLDS2019 for 15% off. If you haven't seen this yet, if you haven't seen Dion's videos, this setup is incredible. We've got 3 streams here right now, 3 games on Gold Squadron right now, bouncing back and forth. Dion's in the command center. They've done a great job of making that possible, so support them at curledpawcreatives.com. They've got great tokens here. They're the ones you see on the board. And you know what? They've also added some Keyforge tokens, which I'm also personally
I love
yeah.
Keyforge. That new set's coming out here soon, too.
Absolutely. And so they've got the new tokens. They've got Ward. They've got all of that available. Use the promo code WORLDS2019 for 15% off. No limit on your entire order. And that helps us out as well to keep this content coming to you from Gold Squadron. So we had, looks like the 5K. Looks like onto the Bree, right?
Yep. I believe they're double stressed, but at this
Yeah.
point, I mean, beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yep. And then same thing, Soontir's just coming around. Doesn't necessarily want to bug out at this point. Maybe hedging against the 3 straight or the 3 hard. Doesn't want Ketsu to be able to chase. Has a ton of options now.
Sure.
No shots there. And he's got a range 2 shot there. Might be able to get a tractor here.
Oof.
Oh, and
Nope. And the last shot's going to be down to the MVP.
yep.
Range 2 from the Lambda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, guys, I've done my work.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're not paying me for overtime.
He's got wings up. He's in landing position. He's done.
I'm salaried. I'm done.
I think, we called Jendon the MVP, and Mishary certainly did, but that blocking in the early part of the game really slowed down
good.
Andrew, right? When we talk about these two jousting lists, right? He slowed down that approach. And whether intentional or not, blocked that 5K, kept him off the Inquisitor. That's another round you don't get those combos off. You don't get the reduction in agility. You don't get those big guns coming at you. And in that time, Talonbane goes, right? Tarok goes. And Andrew wasn't able to kill more than an Inquisitor. And so, that's kind of where we're at in the game now, right? So 28 minutes, there's actually a lot of time left here. But I can't imagine Mishary giving Andrew any good options here.
No, and with Ketsu double stressed, you're not getting an action here no matter where you go.
You're just getting the Maul and the Fearless at best, right? And so it looks like Jendon might 2-bank here, right? Just kind of getting in the way again, right?
Sure.
So Ketsu's got the 3 hards. I don't think actually Ketsu could 3 hard over here. What I'm thinking. Take it to the right. Just kind of see if he can't either block or move the arc or something like that. Inquisitor's going to move there after. If he gets the block here, if the Inquisitor comes here and there's a block in this place, he can tractor off and maybe get the combo that way. I just don't think Mishary's going to give it to you, right? I think Mishary's going to maybe do a 1 hard to the left, boost and focus, or boost evade, has the force to do that, right?
You have to figure that Andrew's really, let's be honest, his really only win condition is your boy sitting right down here.
Absolutely.
Is that Soontir has to go. And you're going to need variance to do that. So he kind of has to he really needs to put his arc on Soontir. I'd imagine these guys are just going to cover Soontir's back.
Absolutely. Again, Jendon can stop here and just say, okay, well. But I think he really does the 1 bank and just tries to keep, yeah. Again, slowing down the tempo of the game, right? Like, Andrew's looking for fast plays, keep going, But I think Mishary's just going to, yep, there's the 1 bank. Gets an action, I believe, this turn. I think first time all game. Oh, no. First turn, right? First turn.
First turn. I can see the coordinating a target lock.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep, there we go. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Maybe he clipped it and we didn't realize.
Oh, you know what? I bet the front of that gas cloud.
Yeah.
The template, yep.
Interesting 4K from Mishary here.
Andrew killing himself right now says should have dialed in that 3 turn. What comes out? Just banking and slamming right in the Jendon there.
Yeah, Andrew and I had the same thought initially. But, I think you're right, though. You have to go for Soontir here, right? Yeah.
You said that's what, 21 points to the Inquisitor? That's not doing anything in the
you're going to bring it up to 86. But, again, I think you're right. You end up being right because, yes, you get points. That's great. But now you need to kill Soontir or half of Jendon.
Exactly.
And then you're turned around, right? So you're going to have to move the mobile arc, which is a 2-die shot, or you're going to need a turn and a half, 2 turns, to turn back all the way around, and then Soontir's not going to be there.
Sure.
Right? And so only Jendon's going to be there. And if we've seen anything, Jendon's just going to be blocked against you, right? So it's going to be hard to get consistent shots in there. You can always reinforce. It's really hard when the win condition is, halving a Jendon with 1 ship.
And meanwhile, you're going to be having to take shots from Jendon back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Soontir, I'd imagine just 2 straight.
Yeah. Andrew wishing right now that the tractor rules were just 1, right?
Right. Yeah, oh my gosh. And there's that 2 straight from Soontir. Anticipating barrel roll right. Just say, you know what? Let's not play with variance.
Oh, he's going to target lock.
Just okay, sure.
And then
there's the barrel roll. Yep.
Might still have it.
Now he triggers out maneuver too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so dirty.
Tough to see from our tilted angle, but maybe I think it's out of arc for Ketsu. I think that's the only way Mishary makes such a bold decision, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely out of arc.
Yeah. So checking for the bullseye Soontir, doesn't have it. Oh, it definitely looks like. Oh, well. So it's going to be range 3 outmaneuver. So 3 versus 2. Yep.
Just 2.
Takes
Taking 1.
So 2 away from half on Ketsu. I think if he gets half on Ketsu, I think Mishary feels like he's got the game in hand.
Absolutely. Still got a 2-dice shot coming in here from the Inquisitor. That is not irrelevant.
Range 2, yeah. Just a crit. Again, only has the maw. Yeah, there we
He's
go.
fine.
Okay.
I got to be honest, Ami, I don't see Ketsu ever shooting again.
I don't either,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he's got one stress left, right? Yeah, he's got one stress left. Has to clear the stress. Can't turn around. I think Soontir is going to bug out, right? This is a pretty good angle for Soontir, right? Inquisitor can come here. Again, Mishary is a little bit more aggressive than I am. And so, you know, he may – oh, well, actually, this one hard here and then the barrel roll over. Can still get shots there that way.
And that's entirely protected from anything Ketsu can do. Ketsu cannot K-turn. Can't swing that big arc around, so going to have to do some type of hard turn and anticipate that 3-turn maybe that you wanted to do last time.
I mean, like, here are the options, right?
Yeah.
Here, 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 or here.
Yep.
Right? And either way, this Inquisitor is going to be over here, probably, right? Or looking for a blocking position. I think Mishary just wants to get out of there. Soontir's not going to be any of those places. And by the way, Jendon's here. I think Jendon does him the one straight, right?
Just hang. Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
need to move. I'm protecting Soontir. Yeah. I'd love to get that assignment every morning, right? Like, hey, you're just going to block up a Ketsu.
Yeah.
You're good to go, right?
Yeah, man, you go to this spot, and I just want you to park it.
Yeah.
Leave it in park. You can do
Leave it
whatever
in
you want.
park,
Go make breakfast. You're fine.
Oh, by the way, just go ahead and hit Tarok once.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think we're
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It should be quick the rest of the game. So Jendon doesn't move.
Sure, one bank.
One bank, yeah.
Setting up the target lock for that concussion missile.
Yep.
And there's the 3 forward.
Yeah.
4 forward.
And every turn Andrew has to do this, right? Is another turn he can't, get shots. He can't do anything, right?
And he's just taking shots in return.
Yeah. Let's see. If he clears the stress, I wonder if he starts moving. I wonder if he moves the mobile arc here.
I feel like you have to, right?
You just,
you
do
got to
some
put dice on
damage.
things
There
and
it
let.
is,
Yep.
yeah. And, it's a very resigned move. It doesn't feel good. But again, half on Jendon here and maybe 2 damage on Inquisitor at the last round. I think that's okay, right? That'll get you where you need to go.
Sure. You're so far behind at this point. You have to rely on variance.
Yeah.
And to rely on variance means you have to give yourself opportunities. So
Absolutely.
Yep. Shots are better than no shots at this point. Now, is he leaving it to the side? He is.
He might be trying to shoot the Inquisitor,
Sure.
right? Yeah.
Okay, there it goes to the back. That makes
Yeah.
sense. He's still got Inquisitor both ways.
Yeah.
Soontir's bugging out.
And I think I actually made a mistake on my math. I think even if you get half Jendon and kill the Inquisitor, I don't think that's enough, right? I think you're right. The only win condition really is Soontir.
Yep.
Right?
That's it. So it was 23 from Jendon, another 22 there. Yeah, you're right. It's just
not
Soontir.
enough. Yeah. It's close, but it's not there. And 20 minutes left in the game. All of those things are really hard to do with one ship left. Just the focus here from Mishary. No need to risk anything. No stress needed, right? He can kind of take it easy. I think his day's done. Oh, he's going to boost.
Sure. Leaves him in a good attack position next time.
Yeah.
He's in a more aggressive stance now. Here comes that concussion missile.
Well, I think it's going to be
Oh,
Ketsu
no, Ketsu.
first, yeah.
Sorry. Duh. 5 is greater than 3.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
1, 2. Yeah.
He's giving himself a shot here. A blank out kills that Inquisitor, but no.
Force. Yeah.
Yep.
No problem. Doesn't hit. No tractor. Yeah. Concussion missile back. Going to be 3 versus 2. No mods for. Oh,
who needs him? Hit,
no.
crit, crit.
Yeah. So actually, he flips the card for concussion missile, right?
That triggered a wounded pilot. Hull breach for the first crit. And weapons failure. Oh, feels super bad.
Oh.
And they're just going to call
and
it right
that's-
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Andrew says, I could draw it out for the next 18 minutes, but
yeah. Why?
let's not bother.
Yeah.
Let's go take a break, get a drink.
And so, what a good game from these two guys. I think to sum it up, that joust determined so much, right?
It did.
We really felt like Andrew had the advantage when the Inquisitor got wiped, but Mishary clawed it back. Getting Old Terok there, key. Once Old Terok came off the board, I think that was it. Talonbane went ground 1, kind of as we expected, but Old T getting, tagged with the crit and then not being able to go anywhere, and then the panic pilot, I think it was a little too much over to come. Credit Mishary, though, Sutra on the flank, really taking advantage. We talked about his ability to collapse at any point in time. He did that, right? He did it on Talonbane, then did it again on Terok.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of principles to take from this game for players who might have watched and maybe want to take their game from being average or a good player to a great player. Mishary suffered some variance there at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lost a ship he didn't anticipate to lose. It is super easy to tilt in one of those situations,
Yeah.
right? We've all been there before. We lose something, we get frustrated and say, that was it. I set it up perfectly and it didn't work out in my favor. But Mishary kept his cool, stuck to the game plan, and grinded that win out.
Yeah, absolutely. So great game here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Gold Squadron Podcast is going to be here all week long at the X-Wing World Championship. If you want to support us, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube, join us on Patreon, join us on Facebook, join our communities, and use our promo code WORLDS2019 at curledpawcreators.com for 15% off your order. We're going to throw it back to Dion. Thank you guys for your support.